Hey, what's going on, guys? Goose here, man. Coming back at you with another video. And this video is going to be about the Big Ten and where do they go from here, from where they left off yesterday. But before I get started, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell, especially if you're new to the channel because football season's coming up. And a lot more content will be on the channel as opposed to football, college and the NFL. All right, so of course the Big Ten, they formally invited, voted, and signed, sealed, delivered USC and UCLA as they're in. They're in. So where do they go from here? Where do they? What's their next moves? I don't think the Big Ten's finished. I think we're moving towards maybe two, maybe three at the most conferences that's going to have their own league, so to speak. Uh, and they'll crown their own national champion because the college football playoff is a separate entity than itself, and they can just tie that in with these two or three at the most conferences. Um, so I think the Big Ten's not done yet. I saw reports about Oregon and Washington. There were some reports late last night that they were in talks, and then I think it kind of got squashed a little bit today with Dennis Dodd tweeting out that the Big Ten has told Oregon and Washington that they're going to stand pat for now, waiting on a decision by Notre Dame. As Notre Dame is the next big. I mean, there's been talks about Notre Dame joining the conference for a while now, and I think eventually they're going to have to, especially with the way things are trending in college football. As we're only going to have like two or three conferences, and that's going to be it. Um, and I know that talks about Notre Dame joining the ACC. I saw that a few weeks ago, maybe months ago, that was picking up some steam that they were going to potentially join the ACC in football because they did it in 2020. But looks like that's. I think they can. I think they can make a lot more money in the Big Ten as opposed in the ACC. They can make well over $100 million annually in the Big Ten. Right now, I think yeah, in the Big Ten, over $100 million annually in the Big Ten. In the ACC, I think the ACC is changing in a few years with the amount of money they can pay their schools annually. I think it's gonna be around 60 million. So hey, with $40 million, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. At Notre Dame's probably not gonna. They're not gonna take the. They're not gonna take that. They're not doing that. I think they'll. I think eventually Notre Dame will join the Big Ten, and Big Ten makes a lot of sense for Notre Dame because now you got USC. Look, they've been playing USC for years, every year. So if they're in the same conference, hey, you're already bam, you're signed to deliver as a conference game. So that game doesn't get affected. Notre Dame has a history with Michigan State. So two more schools that Notre Dame has some history with, and if they're in the same conference with those schools, it makes a lot of sense for Notre Dame to join the Big Ten. I know Purdue is in the Big Ten. They're in the same state as Notre Dame. Indiana, they're more of a they're not. I would say a basketball school, but they're not really that anymore. But So conference realignment, whatever you want to call it, looks like it's not finished. Looks like it's not finished. Texas and Oklahoma are joining the SEC in a few years, and now USC and UCLA is joining the Big Ten in a few years. Then you got Cincinnati and their band, Cincinnati and the band of misfits over there in the AAC. Some of their schools are going to the Big 12. So the Big 12 and Pac-12, they're going to have to make a decision, especially if the Pac-12 loses Oregon and Washington. What's the Pac-12 do there? That's for another video. But what do you guys think, man? What's the Big Ten? What's the next step for the Big Ten? Is it adding Notre Dame? Is it adding Oregon? Is it adding Washington? Is it adding somebody else? I don't know. I've heard Kansas for the Big Ten. I've heard that name thrown around. So the Big Ten's not done. They might get to 20 teams. The SEC is going to be at 16 with the addition of Texas and Oklahoma. So that'll leave them 4 short of 20 if they want to go to 20. So what do they do to get to 20? Do they get Clemson, Florida State? Who knows? So it's not done yet. But have a good one, and I'll talk to you guys next time.